law firm in the world for a reason.
From Indy's streaming news leader, this is a WRTV update.
Members of Indiana Task Force 1 will soon be heading back to Indiana. The 49 members of the Urban Search and Rescue Team were sent to Texas on July 8th to assist with recovery efforts after the devastating July 4th flooding. A second group of 35 deployed on July 14th. The team announced today that after repacking, securing equipment, and finalizing any details of their deployment, they will begin the several-day journey back to Indiana. On Saturday, you have a chance to honor the memory of a fallen police officer while helping save lives. The Southport Police Department is hosting its annual Fallen Officer Blood Drive in honor of Lieutenant Aaron Allen. He was killed in the line of duty on July 27, 2017. Allen was responding to a crash when he was shot 11 times by the driver. The blood drive will be held at the Southport Police Department from 10 to 3:30 on Saturday.
And Nicole, we've had an extension of the heat advisory from Indy to the south here. That's now going to run until 8 p.m. on Saturday. Both Saturday and Sunday will have temperatures around 90 degrees during the afternoon and heat index values around 100. We've got the chance for some scattered thunderstorms as we get into the heat of the day on Saturday, and then we'll do that over again as we get into your Sunday afternoon. Heavy rainfall and also some gusty winds going to be the main threat with any of those downpours.
Todd Simmons here in the Indianapolis Canal, which is usually beautiful, but this ugly scaffolding is an exception to the rule. Unfortunately, you're going to have to deal with this on both sides of the canal. The Venice of Indiana is a great place to roam.
We used to come down here with our friends from high school and college and just hang out, and it was nice.
Kara Hakos has nostalgic memories on the downtown canal, but moved away from Indy 2 decades ago. She recently moved back and finally found time to walk the canal again.
The biggest change? I don't know that they had the swan boats when I was here last.
Really?
Yeah. They had paddle boats, but I don't know if they were the swan boats.
From a swan's grace to a jackhammer's power, the sounds of heavy construction echo where the canal meets Indiana Avenue. You have to goose step around the work zone onto a temporary floating sidewalk, and Indiana Avenue itself is now blocked at street level. Purdue is building a 12-story student housing tower here with shops for the public at canal level.
In West Lafayette, we created the Discovery Park District Live, Learn, Work, Play Together community, but it's more horizontally laid out. This is more vertically laid out.
While Purdue tears this down, the new Indiana State Archives building just down the canal has already gone up. That project could finish late this year, but for now it means another scaffolded sidewalk by the water. Still, Hakos is pleased investment is flowing through the canal.
They've developed it quite a bit since I was here last, so yeah, I love the walking.
Just prepare to walk on a slightly less picturesque path for a while. By the canal, Tosh Simmons, WRTV.
I'm WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson. An Indiana fever legend is hoping to bring the community, artists, and families together through cafes.
We're a small little family. We're doing what we can.
Creating conversations along with a freshly brewed cup of tea is a morning routine for Atlas Chavez.
Hello.
It's Atlas's first on-campus job at IU Indianapolis, Tease Me Cafe's newest location, which opened less than a year ago.
I'm learning a lot about what it means to present myself to people, and what my demeanor and what my actions have to do with the way people's day go, because I'm here first thing in the morning. Sometimes I'm the first person they talk to, and it's just really interesting getting to see what kind of change you can make.
Change is something Tamika Catchings and her foundation envisioned with Tease Me Cafe.
What we are trying to grow is more leaders.
The fever legend earned a reputation for leadership on and off the court. Engaging with the community and youth is important to her. That's why she says Tease Me Cafe is more than a tea shop. It's a chance to mold students.
Start with our high school babies and we go up. My vision is really just being able to have a space where not only people that come in feel connected and feel that community vibe, but also from our employees and our team members.
It started downtown on 22nd Street when Catch the Stars Foundation and Tamika took over in 2017.
That's my baby.
Tease Me Community Cafe is at the heart of Butler Tarkington Park.
We have the basketball court, we have the tennis court, we have the splash pad, we have an amphitheater.
Most of their childhood programming happens here.
I really feel like that Butler Tarkington area is a melting pot. So even inside the cafe, around the cafe, it's just fun to see so many different people coming together.
For local artists, it's also a place to display your work.
We feature a new artist every single month. It varies from outside artists, and then we try to get some students that are from the Heron School and, just even around campus. There's only 12 months, so we can't take everybody, right? But any artists that are out there that are interested in being featured, let us know.
Atlas reminds others to support each other and to be kind. Lessons learned from the boss.
You don't get an Olympian for a boss many days.
Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
Hey, I'm Griffin Gonzalez here in Fishers. Since COVID-19, we have talked about how hard it has been on the healthcare industry, not just recruiting talent, but keeping talent in the healthcare industry long term. But now, a hospital in Fishers looking towards the future, the next generation of doctors and nurses to make sure they're ready for the field they're going into. The future of healthcare could be in trouble here in the Hoosier State.
The fact we got 80 to 90 rural hospitals hanging on by their fingernails. You got 5 to 7 very rich systems.
Like many fields, staffing is an issue. The American Hospital Association says they're expecting a 100,000 shortage in healthcare workers by 2028.
It's healthcare. People my generation, we get a job and we stay forever, right? Kids seem to have it more together than we did.
In Fishers, Ascension St. Vincent showing kids the way earlier than ever.
It's a healthcare camp, allowing kids to come on site. We have 16 high school students, 2 IU students, evaluating maybe what their passion, will be.
Hamilton Southeastern seniors Priya and Addison were 2 of the 20 students picked from the 90 applicants.
So this entire week, it's allowed us to understand different aspects of medicine.
We've seen a lot of different things, not only just like hands-on experiences like the Stop the Bleed or just other things, but also listening to presentations from so many different fields of medicine.
Some say their dreams have been solidified.
So 2 things that I kind of came in were like physical therapy or occupational therapy. And after speaking with the PA, that's probably like my main choice now.
Others changed their minds.
After hearing through a few physicians giving their speeches and just seeing their hands-on experience, I really consider doing internal medicine now.
But no matter where they go, the goal remains the same.
I would just feel like a fulfillment in my life to be able to help someone through their hardships.
Just hearing like how passionate these people are here at with their jobs, it's just been really eye-opening to see that too.
Finding the future of healthcare.
If I could hire them next week, I would.
Reporting, Griffin Gonzalez, WRTV.
I'm Nico Panisi with WRTV, and temperatures are in the 90s this week in central Indiana. Local dessert shops tell me that they're seeing an influx of customers come in to try to escape the heat. If you want a drink with both ice cream and cake,
slice of confetti cake, it goes on top, buttercream, vanilla, and sprinkles.
Gordon's Milkshake Bar is the spot. Gordon's is located on Mass Ave, right next to Bottle Works.
Being that it's a hotel right across from us, we have people coming and going every single day that's not from here, that's not from Indy.
Anya Gray says summer is their busiest time of year, and this week's excessive heat is incentivizing even more people to pop in for a sweet treat.
Since I've been here, it's been somebody in here ever since I got in here. So I feel like we done had good business today.
Things are also busy down the road at Howdy Homemade Ice Cream.
Since the heat is so high, it melts perfectly in your mouth.
General Manager Soteria Carter says she's been busy nonstop this week.
It's great for business. Like I said, I'm doing 12-hour days, just nonstop making ice cream and stuff. But it's all good.
Carter is the mastermind behind all 24 flavors on the menu. She likes to think outside of the box with flavors like ubi, cold brew and cookies, and mango pineapple.
Of course I make all these cones.
Carter says Howdy's mission goes beyond serving a yummy scoop of sweetness. She makes sure to employ individuals who are on the spectrum or those with intellectual or physical disabilities.
It's something very dear to me, and being able to give those people that opportunity instead of being a grocery bagger just means the world does have hope and has change.
In Indianapolis, Nico Panisi, WRTV.
This summer has certainly had its share of record-breaking days of heat. It follows a pattern of record-breaking years for global temperatures. Now researchers are working to understand how all this heat is impacting bee populations. Most bees are considered to be heat tolerant, but some experts worry that as the climate warms, the bees will have a harder time fending off disease or gathering food. Habitat loss, increased use of pesticides and diseases also pose their own risks to the world's pollinator population.
One of the most interesting things we found is that the vast majority of the species that we are looking at, as their body temperature heats up, which happens as the environment warms up, they become dehydrated. And that was sort of unexpected.
Scientists at Bowling Green State University have found that bees fly differently during extreme heat and, like humans, cope with heat by finding a cooler environment.
When the environment gets stressful, those bees go back to their nests. They go to an underside of a leaf and hang out trying to cool off or get into a more moist environment. And then when they do that, they're not pollinating those flowers. They're not collecting the nectar. They're not collecting the pollen, which could actually hurt them or their babies, their offspring. Or it could also hurt the pollination of the plant.
It is still unclear how much climate change and heat stress are contributing to the decline in pollinator populations because not enough data has been collected on the topic. For now, these researchers say they are just trying to understand how bees act in the heat before determining the impact of rising temperatures.
To amplify that story.
We're watching WRTV, part of the Scripps News Group.
Right now, the Indy Shorts Heartland Film Festival is in full swing. Many short films are premiering to the public right now in the Circle City, and our Caitlin Kendall hosted the director and producer of one of them.
Joining us now is Sarah and Maria, the director and producer of a film that's at the Indy Film Fest right now. Thanks so much for coming, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to the Hoosier stage. I know you guys are traveling from New York, but can you share a little bit about your film, the name, what people need to know about it?
Sure. It's called A Love Letter to M, and it's a modern-day love story with a happy ending. It stars Andre Holland and Phoebe Tonkin, and it's sort of a poetic exploration of the idea that family and belonging are choices that we make.
Talk a little bit about the process. I mean, for you directing it, Maria, what was that like for you to navigate this film with Sarah by your side, who kind of was the mastermind who thought of this? What was it like to bring that vision to life?
It was a dream. I mean, working with Sarah, we talked about it the first time we met, and from there, I felt totally connected to the story. And yeah, putting the team together and the end result was just beautiful.
Everybody loves a happy ending and a modern day love story, right? How has it been? I know you guys said you had a premiere with your family. What was it like for you to finally see it on the big screen play and start to get that feedback?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Everyone, you kind of get a sense when people, actually a lot of people cried.
Yeah.
And
happy
sort of
tears.
Happy tears.
Okay, good.
And like very like genuinely moved. And it was just very, you know, you love the film, like when you make it, you love the film, but it was actually really lovely to see that it resonated with other people. And I hope that that kind of spreads to a wider audience as well.
We were talking about, I mean, it's one thing to debut it in front of your family and in your home, you know, where you live, but to be able to bring the film places like the Indy Film Fest, what does it mean to you guys to be able to have a screen in other areas and get feedback from total strangers?
I think it's amazing. I mean, I think like it's a global story, and I think having strangers connect to it is why you make movies, so we're so excited.
And Heartland is like Heartland Film Festival and Indie Shorts, that the people there are such champions of independent cinema, and it's people that work in the independent film space, just having that support and the collaborative feel and vibe, and honestly it's a world premiere tonight, so I think that having met everyone from the film festival, it's a great place to screen it.
What do you hope that people take away from your film when they watch it for the first time or they get an opportunity to see it? What do you want them to take away?
Honestly, I think that, you know, the love that can exist despite differences, and that our differences make us better.
Perfectly said. Now I'm like, I need to go see the film. What a perfect sneak peek without giving everything away.
Yes.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming and talking about your film. Excited for you guys and this journey that you have. Obviously, hopefully, lots of success.
Thanks
with the film.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
This is the time of year many of us buy laptops with prices slashed for back to school. And if you're shopping online, you may be tempted to grab the lowest price that you find. But before you do, one woman has a caution.
When Gretchen Niebling wanted a new Dell laptop for her work, she found the lowest price on Amazon.
It was a little less money than buying it straight from Dell.
A new laptop showed up in a sealed box a few days later, but when she went to register it, a problem.
Dell told me, it's not my laptop. It's in China. I said, no, it's right here. It's not in China. It's right here.
Turned out the laptop was registered to a Chinese company. Dell sent her this email denying her request for warranty coverage because she bought the laptop from a third-party seller. Dell directed us to their warranty webpage, which says you need to have ownership transferred to you if you bought on Amazon Marketplace. Niebling says she asked the Chinese seller for a transfer, but
they said no, they can't do that because they buy in bulk.
Amazon and Walmart sell many items directly, but they also sell items from independent sellers and manufacturers. Samantha Gordon with Consumer Reports suggests looking closely at the seller details.
You want to make sure that they are coming directly from Amazon, directly from Walmart. That gives you a little bit more of a guarantee.
She also says to pay attention to the listing details.
You can look for things like if the item is used. If it just says used, that might be a third-party item. If the item has a shipping fee, it might be coming from a third-party seller. Amazon and Walmart tend to offer free shipping, especially on bigger ticket items.
Niebling says the Chinese seller is promising her a year of coverage, and she's hoping she doesn't need a repair.
It seems to work fine, but I do worry.
She says check to see who you're buying from so you don't waste your money. John Matarese, Scripps News Group.
Making the most of your credit card when you're out and about spending. 40% of Americans report in a recent survey that they don't have a rewards card. Experts tell me that's like leaving money on the table, just as long as you know how to budget and avoid interest.
If you're spending money, you could be making money.
I have 4 different cards. There's different rewards on each different one.
Without doing much more than swiping your credit card.
Sometimes it gives like 5% for like each categories, like gas or apparel.
These shoppers turning to rewards as a strategy to pay down bills.
I usually use it as cash back towards the card balance.
To save money on travel.
Particularly airfare and hotels.
Even to teach teens financial responsibility.
My son has a card. It's kind of a reward for him to pay back what he's spending on the credit cards.
But many Americans are missing out. A recent Bankrate survey found 1 in 4 cardholders didn't redeem their rewards. And 2 in 5 Americans don't have a rewards card at all.
My family made more than $2,000 in cashback rewards last year. It's almost like getting another paycheck.
Analyst Ted Rossman says getting a rewards card is a smart move, but he says don't put yourself in debt while chasing points. Pay off your balance right away to avoid getting hit with interest, typically about 20%.
That's when these cards work for you. And that's actually why people say credit cards can be like power tools. They can be really useful or dangerous.
So how do you pick the right card? Rossman says it depends on your habits. A travel card is best for frequent flyers. If you spend a lot on groceries or gas, get a card with rewards in those categories. But his top pick?
For most people, I would suggest cashback because it is simple and universal and just easy. If you can get a no annual fee 2% cashback card, that's actually surprisingly hard to beat.
Rossman suggests putting that cash into a high-yield savings account. And don't be afraid to switch if your current card isn't delivering. All strategies to spend with intention.
It does a lot because I am very strategic about the way that I purchase things. When it's going right back to the credit card, it's literally just like free money.
And make $1 spent, $1 earned. For Scripps News Group, I'm Jane Caffrey.
The Indianapolis Children's Museum needs help to keep an iconic attraction spinning in honor of the museum's 100th birthday. The museum has started a crowdfunding campaign to help pay for significant restorations to its 108-year-old carousel. According to the Children's Museum, the carousel's history began in 1917 when it was placed in what is now Broad Ripple Park. The carousel left the park in 1956 and reopened at the Children's Museum 2 decades later.
We actually built the Children's Museum almost around the carousel. So when we opened up this building in 1976, we used a crane to place this very carousel into position. And then literally put the roof on afterwards.
The museum says the carousel needs a thorough deep cleaning from an expert, enhancements to its mechanical system, and more preservation work. The Children's Museum has a crowdfunding goal of $100,000, which they say is needed for all the renovations.